that one's at 2. So it's up 200% now because it was a huge pump and dump. And that's what I keep saying. These are all likely pump and dumps. Every single one of them. So that's what we're looking at in the immediate short term. I mean, we can look out in the longer time frames. And we got the uptrending support. And like we've talked about before. Hold on, I'll acknowledge everybody in a sec. Like we've talked about before, we've got the first hit down here on March 28th. Right here. I mean, March of 2020. Second hit, January 2021. It didn't quite make it, but it came very close. And then the third hit is May 25th, 2022. So with XRP, we're literally trying to break this uptrend. And we came up to the resistance of the 44,187. We couldn't even quite get there. Every time we come up, we get pulled down. We're kind of just waiting for an engulfing candle to go one way or the other. Right now, the immediate resistance is about 41,830. No, that's not true. 42,647 and then 38,565, followed by 33,9 roughly on that double bottom. So, I mean, that's what I'd be looking at for XRP, honestly. XDC and XLM are going to kick. I believe XDC is the most undervalued of them all, and I believe XLM is what most people think XRP is for them. So I agree with you, Whitey. Or I agree with some of the people because I am one of the people. Yeah, true. I gotta say it. I don't know. I think, remember what I said a couple times on here about the lobster? Some people are going to get too big-headed and they're going to see things that aren't really there because greed talks. So I've been very hesitant to bring it up. Oh, let's see. How do you buy in him? Except I buy XRP through. Okay, that's what I was talking about. With Uphold, yes, the first 64 days, but after that you can buy and sell freely. It's just the fees are higher, but trust me, one day you're going to appreciate that they actually charge you those fees for security. Because in the end of the day, once I have my long hold bag, make no mistake about it, that goes back to Uphold when my long hold bag is there and I need to hold it, and then I'll just sell it out. In USDC or something greater than before. I think XRP greater than XDC XLM, but I'm not disagreeing that it's not greater than all. It's just the value right now. So XRP, I love XRP. I mean, I'm the XRP future millionaire after all. And I believe XRP will get everybody to their promised land. It's just we can't undervalue the other two. But I completely agree. Candlestick, I completely agree. %, Jam, 100%. And it's, even if you're doing your own research, guys, like, do you know how much crypto is bullshit? Even if you're physically in it, do you know how much of it's actually horseshit? 95% of the stuff we talk about is horseshit. When people come on here and they tell me to look up some of this bullshit that I have on here, it's all nonsense. Kava's a bunch of shit. All this is junk. In reality, all of it's shit. All of this is junk. A lot of this is junk. I mean, look at the prices now compared to where they were. I mean, are not all of these pump and dumps? Are we not a victim of a brutal market? And unless you have foresight, you're fucked. That's why you guys need to listen to everything I say. Everything. Oh, I know. Fuck. Candlestick. Yeah, that's another one that's gonna... Arizona Marine. Okay. Yes and no. Yes and no. The reason why I say no at 33 cents... Oh, and it's going to take testicular fortitude on my end not to layer in at 33. But I believe we're going to break that double bottom. And believing that, if we break that double bottom on 33 cents, the next logical target, if we break this uptrend, would be now down to 24 cents. Wouldn't it be a better position to layer in at 24 than 30? Not saying 33 is a bad spot, but maybe we throw a little bit at 33 if you want, but make it a small percentage. Because there's no doubt in my mind we'd come down to 24. 24 right after that. That's the next target. It's like 33 down to, and it's funny, I missed that 32 cent by 1 cent. Of course it'd be 33 that it would stop at. But that looks like, Trips, you're in here. That looks like a continuation to the downside if it follows through. Now, the problem with these, and Trips can 100% confirm this too, because I know he knows the shit, and a couple of you others. It sometimes likes to do that first, to throw everybody off. with these. They even like to do this sometimes, go like that. And that's why I was trying to see a 52 cent. To see if 52 or 44 was going to fall, but 44 never hit. It couldn't even hit. I guess it did. It hit 44, 187 when I couldn't get out of bed 2 days ago, or 3 days ago. No, that was Friday, I think, or Thursday. Oh, yeah, Acid, we're going to get there. I think, I want to say we're going to get there, because we're only one support away from getting that 25 cents. Yeah, I think 25 cents is a better spot. I'm not saying 33 is a bad spot. Think about it. For 10,000 XRP at 33 cents, it's $3,300. When we were talking about this, when people thought I was crazy at $1.66, $1.70, that's $17,000, guys. $17,000 to buy those same 10,000. So when people are like, what are you making? Oh, what do you mean? I can buy 10, I've saved $13,000. That says it all, which means with the $9,000 I no longer need, and I had the foresight to do it, I bought $9,000 in physical bullion, and you guys watched me do it firsthand on my YouTube channel with all of my stuff. Hey, XRP 2022, I appreciate that. Ooh, very nice, Acid Bath. That's what I like to hear, and we're going to get you there, because do I have a... Yeah, so... Let's put it in perspective, guys. So he's got $50,000 times, let's say he didn't listen to me. He started watching me as $1.30, and he decided, you know what? I'm going to buy it at $1.30. I got 65,000 shares. Or he started watching me at 90 cents. He's got 45,000 shares. Or he paid attention and said, I'm going to not buy until 25 cents. Wait a minute. What? What did I do wrong here? That doesn't make sense. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There we go. I was going to say, that doesn't even make sense. How I put times on accident. So $1. So $1.30, he would have 38,461 shares at 50,000. At $1, he would have 50,000 shares. Yeah, thank you. I don't even... I thought I hit divide and I hit multiply like an ass. At 85 cents, he could have 58,000. Now, because he listened and waited and he's been sidelined, just at 25 cents, look how much he can buy. 200,000 shares, guys. 200,000 shares compared to... Oh, I don't know. That's 400% more. So what have I done for everybody? I've gotten you 400% more XRP just from $1. Imagine it from $1.66 where I wholesaled. You can get, instead of 30,120 just right now, you can get 121,000. Guys, that's 400% more XRP, and you didn't have to throw a single dime more in there. That's the point. So when people are like, well, how do you get rich like that? Because when you buy the bottom and you don't get hit all the way down, that's where the real money's made. Nobody's making money on bull runs from the top, because everybody loses it. The cold hard truth is, even if you ride a pump, 99% of people never sell because they have the fear of missing out even more, which makes no fucking sense. You've already made the money. You got to sell out while the selling's good. You can't just stay just because you have good feel. You know, but that's part of trading. That's part of learning. That's part of growing. I've made the same stupid mistakes too, believe me. In the past. Wasn't too long ago. So we look at these in the daily time frame. The weekly, we still have this bearish cross. And Bitcoin started its now after I said on Sunday it would. When we had the weekly flip. But again, look at that. That's another engulfing candle. And even though we tried to pull up, the cold hard truth is once we break here 28,693, then we got to come down to 25.5. And when we break this uptrend, I don't think it's going to be, it's not an uptrend, but it's the support on this descending triangle. But once we break that, our technical target's down at about 20,000. So that's going to be a long ways down. And the one thing is I firmly believe we have to do this even if it stayed bullish, because that's how you make the handle. You'd have to come down here to make the handle regardless. Even if you think it's going to bounce and go to the moon, we got to come down to 19,650 minimum to make that handle. I don't care what anybody says. That's how a cup and handle works. I'm yet to see a cup and handle not retest the cup and continue on. especially in this big of a pattern. Am I wrong? I mean, you can see it. Right? It's going to have to come back down, and it's going to have to do that if it's going to maintain. Even, it might have to come down to 6,100, but I'm saying at worst, you would think you have to put in a cup here, and the handle, and then if you were going to swing up. I'm not convinced that's going to happen. I think it's going to do that, fail the handle, and come down. But hey, that's a long ways away. Not really, but we're literally one support break of making this come true. I mean, does that look good to anybody? Yeah, I appreciate you guys. It was gaslighting me, I agree. Yeah, Woodpile, that's why I can't buy XRP, because I'll never sell it. Literally, you guys know my problem. If I buy it, I hold it. I can't just sell it. And I feel empty without it. But, oh, me and my baby are going to be reunited soon. It's coming. Might be a month, might be 3, might be 6. But it's coming. It's finally on the radar. Since I'm not a day trader or use leverage, I've been thinking to pick XRP up at 33, then sell after it pumps again. Okay. Here's the thing. Arizona Marine. The only problem, just make sure it holds that 33 support, because there is a chance that strategy could come back to bite you, because if that double bottom doesn't hold, it can be a big problem. That's the only thing I will caution you guys on. At that 33 cent, we got to make sure it holds that. And then, yeah, the best part would be to buy it when it capitulates. And it's a tough market, because the layering would be perfect then at 33. If you're doing it 33, 25, and so on, that's fine. Because then you could layer in all the way as low as it goes, presumably. But they top buying at 33 cents, and in the grand scheme, my average the last time was 47 cents on the way up. I started buying at 42, got some at 37, and then I bought all the way up through like late 50s, early 60 cent mark. Yeah, Woodpile. I know the feeling. I was going to wholesale out of XRP at $1.98. I just didn't have the balls to sell out of it all at $1.98, because I was like, oh, it's going to keep going up, even though I could clearly see that it was rounding the top. And what happens? I sold some of it, but then I didn't wholesale it all until I cost myself about 16%, I want to say. Which in the grand scheme, people are like, oh my God, you made 440%, you cocksucker. It's like, yes, I did, but 16% is 16%. But still, I'm glad I had the foresight to do what I did, but still, you can always get better. Let's see. Dogecoin. We got this weekly cross starting here as well. This is what I fear, guys. I fear that we had like this. We kind of got misled here. And now all of a sudden we're going to have these big crosses. And we've already started in a lot of them. Like XRP is much farther along. But the big problem with Doge. Right? This is the big problem here. If it does something like how we're pulling down here. I mean, this is a busted bull flag now. There's not. I mean, you can't really say anything more about it. Well, yeah, I remember. You were having problems from the beginning, too, when you first started in here. You were just like me. That was when we were figuring it out, because you've been here for so long. But we figured out XRP's game before everybody else. And we knew that long holding it, after that big pump and dump, it wasn't good. So we had to, it doesn't matter if it took you until $1 or 85 cents. Like I told everybody, as long as where you sold, it dropped. Few people in here right now, they sold at 50 cents, and they're thinking they're lucky stars now that we're sitting at 40 cents. And I know that was a gut-wrenching decision, because it's already down to 50 cents, and they're already down a lot of money. But now, I mean, look at 10,000 XRP. From 10,000 at 50 cents, right? That's $5,000 to 4,000. This is a clear, already 20% savings just from here. You can buy 20% more XRP here. So if you're down 70-something percent or 60%, you take the fees into account, obviously, on Uphold. But that's why we're looking to get cheaper for Uphold. We're not looking to layer in at these prices. We're looking to layer in a little bit cheaper than this, though. And yes, that doesn't mean that it can't come with pain. Like I said, there's going to be pain along the way where we get these little pumps and it doesn't look like anything. But guys, I'm going to be very clear. with XRP, look at the technical target when it breaks down out of this. And we can even go from right where it's at. I mean, it's literally, this next move could be a devastating one. It screams it. This screams it if we break this, we're coming to 24 cents. It's begging us. Don't be stupid here, but if you're patient, all your dreams are going to come true. That's why I'm spotlighting more XRP lately, because, yep. That's why I don't buy it right now. I would never sell. Started selling off at 83 cents, and boy did that. Yeah, exactly, Killy. But I bet you it feels a lot better now that we've cut in half from there. It's a lot less painful when you see your portfolios intact instead of being down 50% from there. Isn't that crazy to think, though, that we're down better than 50% from just at 83 cents? And that's 50% exactly when I told everybody to wholesale liquidate. Isn't that fucking crazy? I told everybody to liquidate 50% higher than there, and yet you're already saved 50% from there. That's how great of a call that was. That's how great of a call that was in the environment on YouTube. You're talking 8 months ago I called this. 8 fucking months ago, and now we're at 40 cents. That's some serious foresight. I literally, like, this is the hardcore truth. Like, if you actually look at this, this is what scares the crap out of me. Is, so XRP, and it's just, looking at this, look how many people this affected. So, XRP, let's say somebody, it's $1.66 they're holding. We'll do the generic, I don't know. What's generic with XRP? We'll just say 10,000. So that's $16,600. All right, I'm up to 16,000 bucks. This is awesome. They're like, okay, well, everybody says it's going to go to $3. Then it gets to $1.98. They're, holy shit, I almost got 20 grand. Oh, yeah, I was looking at almost that in my account, too. So, like I said, that percentage cost me about 3 grand. So, now you see them looking at it today. They never sold, right? Think about that. And I'm not talking about 2 years ago or 4 years ago on the bull run to all-time highs. I'm talking about this year to $1.98. Or last year. Now you fast forward 8 months later or 6 months later, and these same people, this is the scary part. Their portfolio is now looking at about 4 grand. All the way from 20 grand on just 10,000 XRP. But how did most of that happen? How did a lot of that happen? The hardcore truth, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt perpetrated to each and every one of you every single day on YouTube. That's why you should be honored, privileged, and blessed that you came across me. I'm going to go check on everybody. Maybe somebody will pop the cherry of donations today. But I need to go check on my son, and I need to go get a drink. But I'm not ready to end this yet. I thought I was only going to do a half hour, but I have much more energy than I thought. Maybe somebody will join the T-Fam, or just simply follow the page. That's all I ask. Julie, do you want a Batman? Water? I didn't think anybody was actually... see? Thank you so much, Redwire. I appreciate the 100 bits. Cherry popped indeed. 30% gains every couple months. I think I've made 4 trades. Excellent, Redwire. That's the way you need to do it. Minimalize it. And the least amount of trades that, if we can make fewer trades, the less implications too. I know some people can get around the taxes, but I got to keep it straight and narrow. Hey, Inglewood, welcome in. Not a whole lot, brother. Not a whole lot. Just going through XRP and some of the others. Yeah, Whitey, I used to watch some of them just to see what they were perpetrating, but I can't even turn any of them on anymore. I'll be honest. I used to, but they flaw you. Even with what I know, I watch them and I want to jump through the screen and I want to wring their necks. So, I mean, look at this. This is a perfect example of XLM. So, when we talk about the cup and handle, you come up. This broke it. I mean, that is not a bullish handle. So, I mean, it's starting to come down in this. Remember we talked about the, you start to get sucked into these areas? Well, XLM is getting sucked into a very dangerous wormhole, I want to call it. So, hold on one sec. Guys, I must say, though, how weird was it without our daily update for 2 days? Or without me doing 4 or 5 updates today and only doing the one? Didn't that bring things into reality to how actually consistent I am? When I get people saying, oh my god, it's so weird just seeing you once a day, I'm like, yeah, well, that's what happens when I can't get out of bed. But it's the consistency that I've always been attracted. I like the consistency. I like to be the person who's always there. And Julie was a big reason why I actually had to take care of myself because I was out of it. But I feel good being here, and the heart, the absence makes the heart grow fonder. I was going to start TAA Tom's Army. And right, Matt? See? Yeah, I agree, XRP, and for me, that I deal with that. When a lot of people deal with I know you're not saying depression as a whole, but it is depressing because you start to you start to get used to a certain routine. I agree, Jam. And not all heroes do wear capes. No, they don't. The fact is I wear glasses and I sing about the sun. Isn't it? See, we have such a good group here. Such a great group. So, but I mean, do you guys see what I'm seeing with XLM too? This isn't going to hold. Yeah, we had this short-term bounce of the 20-day, but other than that, I don't see much reason how this is going to hold. And yeah, I'm bringing it out in the longer time frames. That's true. That's true. Sometimes they don't wear pants. I mean, that's what we're really looking at. And to me, that doesn't breed confidence here because the 20 and the 50 in the short term, the 50 and the 100 stuff to come through the 200. So, I mean, we're going to have an impulse move. We do. I don't think there's any way to say, oh, we came all the way fucking down here. We're not going to prove that this support can hold. It has to. When you make these big dives, and make no mistake about it, this was a nosedive of epic proportions. Look where XLM was at, and it's crazy when you start looking at this. XLM, remember this? May of 2021, all the way up at 77. Remember this? 23.4, just right here, on April 2nd, so a month and a half ago. Almost 2 months now. You're talking better than 52% since the beginning of April. It just doesn't seem like there's any chance that this is over. We failed the cup and handle. We failed the bull flag. This looks like shit. You got that right, Englewood. 100%. Even for me, not being able to do it every single hour and minute, it was different because for the first time in a while, I wasn't glued to the chart. And, it was probably good for my mentality. But to get better, yeah, I'm about 65%, but I can definitely gel at this percentage. I can live like this. We're on YouTube and Twitter every day hearing the fear and FOMO, so your updates help me stay on track. Absolutely. And that's why I'm here. Summer, I appreciate that. I missed you too. Why for Lord? I love that you shared that. The Tom's Army emote. Once we had all the smokers and T-Fam need to link up, go to Michigan Ham. Absolutely. How awesome would that be? Party Central in Michigan. I know. Dude, I felt it too. It's not just you guys. It felt weird. But everybody tuning in, welcome. I really appreciate it. We've covered XRP, we've covered XM. We're going to go back to XRP, obviously, but I wanted to take a little look here as well at DGB. Nobody understands my baby, but I'll show you guys one day. Me and DGB have big plans. DGB's already made me a lot of money in the recent past, but it's going to make me a lot more in the future. So, we broke this uptrend with DGB. So, that's the 4-hourly. We broke the uptrend, but we did hit the support pretty nicely in the 4-hourly. We didn't quite come down to the 118, but we did come down. So we're probably going to try to prove holding that. But right now we're bouncing in between here, and it's not a big range. So you got the 1176 up to the 1340 if we want to come up like that. But now we've crossed ourselves within a downtrending resistance. Well, it's an uptrending resistance, but the support below. But it's going to end up being a downtrending once we break this, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So if we break this support, we'll do this first, and then it's going to end up being the downtrending resistance, and that's what's going to catapult us into the double bottom. You know, and it's either going to bounce off of here and go up, or at this double bottom, it's going to be on the bottom side. So if it doesn't hit over here, is what I'm saying, and it hits down here, it's likely that this could be a fuck. Because I mean, look at the volume. If we're really going to go up, and go up significantly, we're going to have to do a lot better than this. Right? We're going to have to do a lot better than this. So now, the continuation pattern, I mean the quick measured move, and we'll just do this in the 4-hourly. I want to show you something with XRP, because the time's running away. I can't believe it's already been 40 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. So, I mean, even if you break it down from there, it seems like it wants to bring us down a little bit farther if we break down. So, that's going to be something we're going to have to pay attention to. But with XRP, one thing that I'm going to continue to point out is right here. So we have 45 million, 36 million up here. Like, that is a huge discrepancy. There's 36 million in volume when we're up here. Trying to buy, trying to pump it up. But then we come down here and we're dumping and there's 46 million in volume. That's not a good sign. That means we're finding more sellers than we are finding the buyers coming up. Like, that should scare the shit out of everybody. We're up here when we were getting buyers, 36 million. We're down here and the volume is 45, and look at the bottom left, 45.42 million. Like, that's a big difference. That should scare everybody. That's not just, that's not nothing. And eventually, if we break this ascending triangle, uh-oh. Right? Uh-oh. It's already uh-oh if you weren't paying attention, but gotta keep paying attention. Did we do Matic yet? I don't think we did Matic. It's been a nice update. Nice live stream. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Go check on Buggas. What? Can you go back to his room? Julie? I gave him a sippy cup with his with the oat milk and the milk, and he's drinking it. He sat down. He usually does this when I'm doing my class or my episode. He'll go sit down after. Sorry guys, my son needed me. I first found your channel because of DGB. Oh, awesome, Summer. That's awesome. Hey, like I say to a lot of you guys, I've never actually seen any of you guys in real life either, but I feel like you're, because I always say, like, nobody believes me. I don't have any friends. Not nowadays. Julie knows. Julie's my friend. You know, I don't have any real friends because I don't trust people. I used to have friends, but I found long ago when I was in my early 20s, 23 when I broke my back, the so-called friends or the so-called people that wanted you or wanted to hang out, I could do a lot of things. I could do a lot of things. It's that simple. So I found out that people only wanted me around because I was good at a lot of things. And it's not because I was naturally gifted. It's because I actually, everything I tried to do, I always obsessed about it until I got good at it. We're all ugly bastards at heart. Hey, what was that? 500 bits from Choppa. Holy shit balls. Thank you so much, Choppa0427. That was mighty generous of you. And okay. So it's a loaded question. So if you're buying it to hold, or are you buying it to... Okay, so my new logic is buy my stuff on KuCoin, and then I'll send it over to Uphold for security. And then if I need to sell it out, then I can incur the cost on Uphold. But I would buy it. I would buy... it's so hard because I don't... To buy and hold, if you don't care about taking the fee up front, I would say, if you're not a leverage trader, which I don't implore you to be with DGB, I like Uphold. I know there's fees, I know all of this, but for the peace of mind, I've never had a problem turning my money into fiat through the debit machine because I use the debit card. I never transfer it to my bank. I just take it out from the ATM. And since I've never had a problem with that, I will continue to say that's what I like. And it's the one that I trust because I've used it. Yeah, the fees suck. But I've heard a lot of people say, as I have, I would rather pay the fees for peace of mind if I have a bunch of money in something. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the wallets, I'll be honest. I'm just not a fan of them. To me, we're going to buy something or a wallet on Google Play Store or the App Store. Or iTunes or whatever the hell you want to talk. But somebody's got your keys. Even if you don't remember those 12-digit things, some master computer in the background has all that shit saved. So I'd rather not test my luck. And if the exchange is going to steal my money, I'm at least going to go with one that I can track. And at least Uphold has a headquarters in New York. It's got one in California. And it's also it's based in Australia. So I'm not saying they're not crooks, because they're all crooks in the exchanges, but at least they're crooks that your money's still going to be there. And they're already ISO approved. They already did the WAF update, so you don't have to worry about that. They're one of the few exchanges that already integrated. That's why you can't buy with Visa or MasterCard anymore, because you have to use one that's why PayPal works now, but not your Visa MasterCard. Which, again, a lot of people that don't understand that, they're pissed off about that and are blaming Uphold, but you want that. You want to be adaptable for the ISO and be around. Absolutely, Candlestick. Absolutely. Hey, Chappa, I appreciate that. I guess that's why you sent the 500 bits. That makes sense. I'm glad I was able to save your ass many times. But that's why I come on. I feel like if I come on every day, we do this. Remember, this started out 3 days a week when I was doing this, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on Twitch. And what did I do? I quickly turned it into 7 days a week after I figured out that we were going to have 40, 50. I still can't believe we have 40 and 50 people in here all the time. Okay, DGB. So my goal from the beginning, I know we got to get the nasty calculator out again. So my goal with DGB, because of all the money I have and everything else, so I had $1,000 to the side for DGB originally. And I'm just saying, right now out of my bag, if I have $1,000 to the side. So the value wasn't in buying it at 0.17 and getting, what, a shit amount of shares or whatever. But if you brought it down, you know, because DGB got up to, believe it or not, it was up to like 15 cents, 14 cents. And, you know, that's a decent amount of shares, but I was always under the impression if you could do your due diligence and get DGB at 0.01 and get 100,000 shares for $1,000, you did something right. Now, if you could go and wait until it hits this target that I've been talking about, which it already hit once, but it hit this target once. But if we can buy it at 8, or let's say we wait, because it's probably going to flip, nah, probably not. It might flip 2 zeros, guys. But let's just say we're at 0. 0. Let's just say we come down to 3. I mean, look at the difference. That's a big difference. 8, right? 3. So $1,000 can get you from just where it went, 125,000 shares where it's already been, compared to, this is what I was saying, we'll all know the value soon. So you could get 6,666 shares when it was at its more towards its high before this collapse. Now that for that same money you can get 125,000 shares. To me, with DGB, if you can work out 100,000 shares and fit it in with everything else you have, I think that's a fair amount. If you want to go bigger and you want to throw more in there, I wouldn't blame you. But just remember that a lot of this money, you're not going to have to throw tens of thousands of dollars because you're getting it so much cheaper that you're going to be able to benefit yourself and buying a whole bunch of things. So hold on. We're getting off track. I want to show you guys this real quick because I'm starting to run out of energy, guys, I must say. But I'm giving it my all. We've done 50 minutes so far. Okay, so that's within the pattern we're in right now. I mean, we can draw out anything inside of this. But, you know, really, that's what we've had on here because I believe this is what we're doing. So, with Matic. So, we got a long ways to go still, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be very painful. A lot of this is going to be very painful. In the immediate short term, we got the 30-minute time frame. We've completed, we did complete it now. A bearish divergence. Now the most likely thing is, and it's so funny how it's almost like routine. This will come down, it'll get rejected here, and then it'll likely continue. You'll know if we get rejected by the 20-day. That's how we'll know. You get rejected by the 20-day, that's how you know. XRP 2022, get back to work. And I appreciate you stopping in and being able to take the time. I do. I really appreciate it. Let's start a fund for fun and see if we can turn it into 10, 20, 30, 50K. Dude, I would love to do that. I told you guys, like, for me, when we buy all the stuff, my goal was to have only about $3,500 in crypto when it got to the bottom. Because I wanted to... Because then you have less risk and yada, yada, yada. And then you can turn that in from 3,500 into 6-7 figures if you do it right. Last time I turned 3,500 into over 16,000. So, but I think this time will be much better because we're going to be much cheaper. The goal bag of DGB is 100,000 shares or more. So at 1 cent, you can get $1,000 worth for 100,000 shares. Or 125,000 shares if you wait until 0.008 where it's already hit. And my main logic for that is to get 100,000 shares before. At 10 cents, it would have been, what, $10,000? And at 15 cents, it would have been 15,000. Now, dude, 100,000 shares is desirable with DGB. Just $1,000 and getting 100,000 shares, it's like, oh, it's only $1,000 worth. Yeah, but it's like spending $15,000 when it was just in the bull market. That's what everybody needs to understand. You're spending that much money. It's just you're buying it cheap. There's some people that have been holding since their portfolio said $15,000 and now it says $1,000. Just be fortunate that you're not one of them. And if you were, be fortunate you got out, and have saved some right now because you've been watching and paying attention. But nobody said this was going to be easy. I said a lot of people were going to get washed and it was going to suck because a lot of people were going to be in my audience. Because there's one thing when people say they listen, it's another thing when they show me their portfolio and they're not listening. To your guys' credit in here, though, you guys have been on the ball. This Twitch has been surreal. Just the amount of positive energy in here has been... It's been more than I could have ever asked. I feel like this is how it needs to flow. The way we do it here, which is why... I embrace this when I go live instead of YouTube. I get twice as many people that'll join the live on YouTube, even though they don't promote me. Just because people are like, oh, he's got 10,500 people. I'll watch him. On here, they're like, I'm not watching this guy. He's got 321 subscribers or followers. Why the hell would I watch him? Couldn't even muster 3,000 channel views. This worthless piece of garbage. Yeah, go to my YouTube page where I've mustered 2 million views. Then we'll talk. But that's okay. A lot of people don't know what they're missing out on, and that's okay. So, you think those low DGB targets are coming in the next? I think a big part of what's going to come next, 396, is going to be after this rate hike, we're going to have another rate hike in June. And if they do 50 or 75 again, or they say they're going to finally tighten, they're supposed to do the quantitative tightening finally. And I'm going to say the analogy one more time. So, we're going to open a banana stand, right? This is a whole new business we're coming up with. Banana stand. We got to come up with the money for supplies. We got to get the damn bananas. You know, we got to get all the whatever. And we've got money, the startup money, yada, yada, yada. We go buy this stuff. Well, first day goes good, but then a fucking competitor goes in next door and yada, yada, yada. We're out of money. We can't do anything. We're fucked. So now, that's the quantitative tightening. We run out of money, we close shop. There's no money. The government's not giving us anything. But what we were just in quantitative easing, they just keep giving you money. So, actually, fuck the banana stand. Let's do it in relation to XRP. So, we're going to pump XRP, because this, you guys understand. You don't understand a banana stand. XRP. We want to buy 10,000 shares of XRP. We have $1,000. So, you're not buying 10,000 of them, but you're going to buy whatever you can and hope to God it goes up and go broke. Or, you've got quantitative easing and the government comes in and they're like, here, Tom, here's $1,000. Go buy whatever you want. They come back to your house the next day with another 1,000 and another 1,000 and another. And they just keep coming back. You're like, what the fuck? All right, government, I got my 10,000 shares. I'm good. But they keep sending you more stimulus. You know, they keep sending you more bailout money so you can keep buying more extra. You can't fucking believe it. They just keep dropping money on your porch. Well, now all of a sudden you become the wholesaler of XRP. Now you got so much damn XRP, you got to sell some of this shit. Because now you're becoming they just keep giving you more money. So now you start selling it. You know, and now you're like, oh, well, I got so much money now. I'm just going to start an exchange. I'm not joking. This is what happens to some people. And then they get a bunch of their buddies in and then they start fucking conning a whole bunch of people. And then at the end of the day, the exchange is left with all your money and you're sitting there holding your dick in your hands. Well, with quantitative easing, it's a lot easier for things to go up to all-time highs than with quantitative tightening. With quantitative tightening, when the government's not handing out stimulus checks and all this other things that artificially move up the market, good luck. Good luck when the government says, I'm taking money out of the market. In my opinion, this push-up by Bitcoin's been one of the biggest Ponzi schemes in the history of Ponzi schemes. Not because Bitcoin is illegitimate. It's just Bitcoin at the price it got there way too... People were talking about the outrageous price of Bitcoin when it was about 15,000. Well, then it gets up to 67, 68, and people are talking about how it's going to go to $450,000, $500,000. The absurdity had to end somewhere, and someone was going to get caught holding the bag. And the bottom line is it's usually the retail investor because we don't know any better. But you do if you watch here because we try to... I always say we. I try. I try to keep you on the same page. But I say we because the whole audience is in on it. You guys are all trying to help. So, man, I can't believe it's already 8:56. I really let this one run away. Did you guys get any value out of this episode? I feel like it went by way too fast. I bought XRP at 17 cents. Watched it go up to $1.96. All the way down to 70 before selling it. Yep, Taz, that's what we're trying to, that's a lesson learned. That's a lesson learned. But you at least had the foresight to sell at 70 so you can buy more when you get farther down than you could have initially. But yeah, that's a big part though. You gotta grow, you gotta learn. This isn't easy, but if you keep putting the pieces together. Remember the whole pump and dump? Everybody was talking about the pump and dump with Luna? How it was going to get this great fucking run. I've been waiting to see if this actually pans out or not, because a lot of people are convinced that Luna is not only going to take this out of a bull flag, but that it was going to ride up out of here and it was going to push up to this level. Which actually would come up to there, but that's what a lot of people are convinced. So we're going to see if this can at least save itself. I don't know, though. To me, that's a very dangerous game to play with Luna. I'm just telling you guys, that is a very dangerous game. I showed my story. Yeah, I made 117% on a 5x short. But you guys seen how hard it was to sell out, because half the time it was trying to give me like 1% of the value, which was complete and utter horseshit. And had I not been paying attention, it would have sold out. You know, initially my 50% profit for like 2%. Even though it was showing on paper I was up 50%. So you really gotta pay attention with Luna. But there is money to be made. It's just, if I didn't know any better, I would go the USDC, pair it against USDT, and then when USDT goes to hell, the USDC pairing, when it's paired against USDT, is going to go balls wild. And that's what I'm starting to do on KuCoin. I'm starting to pair USDC against USDT. So when USDT starts going down, the USDC value will go up. My portfolio will go up. That's what I'm starting to do. I threw $500 in it today. That's why I sent the money over to KuCoin, so I could try that. Truth be told. The only thing with the Uphold is you can't do as much. Well, I mean, you can do pairings. It's just, it's a little bit different the way it works. Downtrending resistance right here too with Terra, so I wanted to make that very clear. And the shit just, the only thing I don't like on Lobster, and obviously it's like this everywhere because you can only sell into the people selling it or at their prices, but sometimes it's like I'm trying to sell 500 XLM worth or 1,000 or more, and then it's 50, 100, 200, 500, 50, 20, 10, 15, you know, and it's a whole bunch of different transactions. That's why I say you gotta have due diligence and you gotta know what you're doing. But yeah, I mean, is this impossible for this to break out? Not impossible. Would I bet my life savings on it? No. I think this will be a more accurate interpretation. And then I will let you guys go because it's been a very, very, very nice episode. And it was nice to come back. I just don't want to overdo it. It's been an hour. And then we'll be back tomorrow. So I want to thank everybody. But that's what I'm seeing. A bear pennant that'll wipe us off the map. I'm not sure how we're really going to get back any farther than this area. But hey, I think a logical spot that it could hit if it broke out of here, it absolutely could come up about just under about 182% if it came up. But that would be asking a lot. It'd be asking a lot to break that. Actually, no, that would be like 300% if it broke that. So we'll see. But right now it looks like it could be putting in a topping pattern. So that's it, guys. I want to thank everybody. Say your last piece. I appreciate it, Nick. Awesome, Killy. That's what I wanted. I'm hoping that you guys always feel the same. Awesome candlestick. 396 Jurgen. Whitey. Yep. That's the right attitude, Tez. Have a good one, JMF. Tracy. No problem, Red Wire. It's been a pleasure, as always. Another measly 20 fucking XLM order, I think. Last time I turned it to a BJ and a half G. I didn't even see that until just now. No problem, Arizona Marine. Killy, have a good night. Inglewood, Jim. And you know what? Let's see if, I'm going to try to send you guys over to somebody covering crypto, because we're in the mindset of crypto. So let me see if there's somebody on Twitch right now that I can send you over to that is going to be doing crypto. I found a couple people that aren't terrible. It's just, I'm going to be honest with you guys, the people on Twitch are just as bad as YouTube, but these fucking people on Twitch, they put some bullshit graphics up there, so you're going to really have to pay attention. I tell them as much, too, when I send you there. I say, you know, you really could freehand it better. The last person blocked me, and I fucking rated them. Cocksucker. All because I said that. I was just being honest and said that their chart was stupid. I mean, I said, I got a good audience here. You don't fuck around with them. Okay, so yeah, no problem, Woodpile. I'm just looking at so we can send you to let's see who's in the crypto sphere. Anybody of value. Anybody who's American. Because this category gets for some reason this category gets really filled up. But I like this guy. He's, you know what? I'm going to give him a chance. I kind of like this guy, and I watched him the other day, so. There's like two people on the. I don't know what the fuck their deal is, but I kind of like them. So guys, have a good night.